I don't tell you guys. Welcome back to King Midas Collects. The room is a mess. Things are thrown everywhere because we just got industrial racks installed. I got 4 of them in this room now to put the comic book boxes on. It's been a godsend to get some stuff off the floor. We just got to add something to each one of these shelves because of the mesh that's sitting on there. It's not very flush, so it feels like when you're kind of dragging the boxes out, and it's like hitting each one of the racks on there. So it's kind of not the best. It doesn't slide out as smooth as you'd want it to. So, you know, that's a work in progress. We're going to get to that. But I owe you guys a video. It's been a little while since I've filmed anything. And even where I'm sitting, like, I have no room to sit here. So I just have an amalgamation of books that I want to show you guys. We got the last 2 weeks of things that we ordered from My Comic Shop. We have a couple of books that moved into Mylar because they're just weekly releases, like it's Spider-Man 7. We all know what's going on with Spider-Man 7. I have some stuff that's going out to the flea market that we bought specifically to sell. I have Midtown Comics last Wednesday or Thursday, I believe, had 50% off, half off on back issue variant titles, and we're going to open up one of the boxes and just kind of show you what else we have here, and maybe I'll remember what it is as we pick it up. So first up, oh yeah, there's a story too. I was watching another friend on YouTube, Collecting Casually, had a video at a flea market, picked up some books at the flea market, found some awesome 2000 AD books from Great Britain, the UK. Really cool to find that in the US because those books are just, they weren't printed here, they were published in the UK, right? So for him to find it at a flea market, I thought that was pretty cool. Probably not anything of note because they're not, you know, Judge Dredd stuff. Ooh, a little power surge going on here. Judge Dredd stuff, unless it's like issue 1 or issue 2, I believe, where Judge Dredd's first appearance is, are the books that you want to find in the 2000 AD line. And of course, Judge Dredd's solo series as well. So I think this light actually needs to be fixed or something because it's, or positioned differently because of the way it's just too bright here. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is something that we're specifically moving that we got graded to sell. So this book, everyone has been FOMO'd last month or so trying to get this Warren Lau. Oh my god, you guys can't even see it really. Here's a 9.8 on that Action Comics 1051, the Warren Lau. I believe this is the Return of the God. Yes, Return of the Goddess foil edition. Beautiful book. Beautiful book. It's in these new CGC bags that they got that are like kind of not very see-through. Don't really like it. Yeah, so there's that one. I'm kind of getting tongue-tied and all over the place because I'm just overwhelmed by the amount of books that are sitting here. But to wrap up the flea market story, as I continue showing you just random books here, Venom 30th anniversary covers here, issue 25 of X-Men Gold, that at the flea market that I usually set up at, I set up twice a month, every other weekend. And usually nobody else has comic books, but sometimes other vendors just have a smattering of random books. And I happen to find a second print of something that is going to heat up in the next couple of weeks. And we'll show you guys shortly. Doctor Strange Damnation there. Some New Mutants cover. I think these were like dollar bin books that we found too. Walking Dead 100. Just kind of showing you what's laying here. Some Judge Dredd. Speaking of Judge Dredd, look at that. That's pretty cool. Manifest Destiny, issue 14. Yeah, these are all dollar books that we found. Issue 5 of World of Wakanda. Issue 3. I think we're missing issue 4 here, but issue 1 there. Issue 1 is actually a key. Issue 6 is just an awesome cover homage to that Brian Stelfreeze number 1 there. 7 Days, this is just a Stepan Sajic cover, which I really like. Some Peach Momoko goodness with Dr. Tomorrow. There's 2 copies of it there. Pretty cool from Valiant. What we got here? The Few. I thought this was Ashley Wood, and apparently it's not. It's Hayden Sherman. So, but we can see who inspired Mr. Hayden Sherman there. Britannia is just a David Mack cover, issue number 3. Another Valiant book there. Control number 1. This Control series here. Ben Oliver covers. Just thought they were really cool covers here. All dollar bin issues. Wow, I'm losing it today. I'm gonna have to break this up into 2 videos because this video isn't the greatest. Check this out. Fistful of Blood, Kevin Eastman book. Yeah, that's a good cover. I think there was probably a reason why I picked up this entire series here. 4-issue miniseries here, and then we picked up this one because it is Kevin Eastman did the B covers for that. And then this one's kind of cool here where it's Funeral for a Friend. This is a whole Dynamic Forces Funeral for a Friend collection. Is one of a limited series of 2,000 copies signed by artists Dan Jurgens, Brett Breeding, John Bogdanovi, Tom Grummett, and Jackson Guise. I hope I didn't say any of those right. But as you can see, 573 out of 2,000. Each one of these books here for the Funeral of a Friend series is signed by one of those artists. Pretty cool with this COA there attached to it. Okay, these were given to us by a friend that stopped by the flea market just as a gift. So this is West of Sundown number 1, just a variant edition of that. Then a random book of Never Never, whatever that is. We have She-Hulk issue number 8. Actually, I haven't seen this cover. I kind of like it. Free Comic Book Day book, Spider-Man Venom. Thank you for that. The Dawn of DC Night Terrors Free Comic Book Day. It's not stamped either, which is really nice to see. And then Strange Tales there. Next up, these are from 2 weeks ago, I believe, from my comic shop. So I'm going to show you guys what we have here. This is ASM 25, the black and white 1 in 50 Greg Land variant. Mary Jane there. Of course, that's been like done over and over and over and over again. Then we have the Star Wars High Republic number 9, David Aja 1 in 25. That's skyrocketing in price. Some more ASM goodness here, 25, homaging Amazing Fantasy 15 there, except with its Gwen Stacy there this time instead of a random citizen. We have, oh, this was a great one, Wildcat 7, Chuma Hill 1 in 25. I can't remember the name of this series, but I got all 3 issues or covers because they were really nice. Octo Brianna and Underground Full Tilt Boogie. Just, you know, random indie comic that Michael Cho did one. Here we go. Michael Cho did this cover here, so I thought that was cool to pick up. And the series looks interesting, so I want to check it out. I don't know anything about it. Octo Brianna, if that's pronounced correctly. Star Trek Defiant. Retail incentive variant there. I just thought Spock looked awesome. We have Wolverine 33, the AAPI variant. Like the Inhyuk Lees on those. Have to pick them up. Something Epic, that Terminator movie homage. We have Quicksand 1B here from Scout Comics. I thought this cover looked cool. Don't know anything about the series, so we got to check it out and read it. We have The Nasty. This is the second printing of that. We have Invincible Iron Man Rose Besh goodness here. Love, I actually really like that cover. We're going to see it again here shortly. And then the connecting Iron Man suits covers there, issue number 6. So that is a connecting cover. Indigo Children. This is the second print here. Always get my reprints. Gotham Academy Maps and Mystery featuring Batman. I like that old style there. 70s trade dress. Cracked. Ghost Lore number 1. Wasn't able to get the Jenny Frison variant for that, so I'm going to have to look for it. Count Dante, another Scout Comics book. I thought this one looked awesome. It was like a mix of like old 70s blaxploitation karate movies on top of having like artwork from like Trad Moore or reminded me of, what was it that was reminding me of? Afro Samurai, that's it. Pretty cool. Legend of Luther Strode, anyone? Great series there. Briar, issue number 4. This is the second printing. We picked up all the second printings for those. Batman Incorporated issue number 8. First appearance of Joker Incorporated, apparently. And then there's the A cover for that. All right, we're rolling now. Amazing Spider-Man 25. Again, a Scotty Young variant there. Ooh, some Mylar. So what we got here? Batman White Knight presents Generation Joker. The black and white 1 in 50, I believe. No, it might be the 1 in 25. Because, oh yeah, it says it down here. 1 in 50 variant cover. The 1 in 100 is the foil. Here's a hot book that continues to, climb. Silk number 1, the Derek Chew. Actually, I told you guys the wrong one. That's the 1 in 50 Virgin variant, Derek Chew. I believe this one is the 1 in 25 that people are looking for. David Nakayama, Silk number 1, volume 4, I believe, on that one. Next up, Jeff the Call goodness, the 1 in 50 Virgin variant of that cover B. Jeff the Call goodness. Love Jeff the Call. Always pick up his covers. Invincible Iron Man number 6. Again, told you we were going to see that Rose Besh cover again. The Virgin variant of it. I think that's a beautiful book. Here goes some more Derek Chew action, I believe, here. 1 in 25. I almost said 1 in 50. 1 in 25 Electra Derek Chew for Daredevil issue number 11. Extreme Venomverse number 1, the 1 in 50 Virgin cover there. Beautiful book. We have Spider-Man, introducing Spider-Boy, that FOC reveal cover. This one was from the one that was actually held for me at the LCS. So because they don't put their books in bags and boards, they just kind of put them in a mysterious black bag. Shout out Mike Spider Slayer. It kind of got dinged a little bit. There's non-color breaking ticks, but they're suspect, so that's unfortunate. But I'm not behind the hype on that. I got my one cover. I'm happy about it. Here's that Dan Moore C cover, Generation Joker there. Love the Murphy verse there for that series. We got, okay, now we're getting into some of the Midtown Comics half-off books here. So, Deceased War of the Undead Gods, number 1. This is one of the Sun Kumanaki variants I was missing, so glad to have this one. They had it at $45, so again, half of $45. More than happy to pick it up at $27. What is it? Sorry, $27.50 was too much. $22.50. All right, next up we have Thanos Death Notes and McGinnis goodness here. A David Nakayama Punchline. I couldn't believe I didn't have this. So for Gotham Game issue number 2. And the last one from the first batch. We're going to save a bigger batch for part 2. Danger Street number 1. I believe this is Ben Oliver. It's gorgeous, amazing cover here for Danger Street. Great series too. Tom King, y'all. All right, I think these were from a collection that I bought. There's a neighbor during a community-wide sale that we had. I was selling some furniture, nothing comic book related that I put out. Somebody came along and was telling me that somebody had comics, so of course I scooted over there. I literally saw the Death of X Jenny Frison Astonishing Ant-Man cover just kind of sitting in one of the showcases that they had. I was like, all right, nobody's picked that book up yet. That's an $80 book. They were literally selling comics 2 for $1, or if you want to buy all of them, $250. Done deal. And I'm going to show you guys some of the books that were in this collection. Again, the Death of X Jenny Frison is already like $75 to $90 book on its own. There's a bunch of Rebirth DC books in there, so although you calculate all those series up together, some decent value there. A great run of Power Rangers. If you like the Dan Moore stuff, Power Rangers, the 2016 series literally had a bunch of the variants that are like 1 in 25s, 1 in 50s, 1 in 100s. So do the math. I think the 250 kind of really worked out in our favor. So some of the books that were in there, they had some Aliens books. So this is a version variant for Dust to Dust issue number 2. Fun book to have. these Vote Loki books. Surprisingly, this is issue number 2 variants for that. A lot of Fried Pie variants from Books A Million / Second and Charles. There's a lot of Hastings Nerd Block, so I'm assuming that they did their the Nerd Block mystery boxes. What were they called back in the day? You had like the subscription boxes where you got like a whole, like a pop maybe, and some stickers, pins, and then you would get a comic book. So that's where a lot of them originated. But here's a Stephanie Hans number 1 for Vote Loki. It's like that $25 book. And then of course the issue number 1 here. Good to see that. There's a bunch of Scotties. Had Scotty, just a pile that said Scotty Young covers. We had a Punisher number 1 from 2016, I believe that's the year, maybe 2014. There was this Doctor Strange issue number 2, which is like a $25 Scotty. Some Daredevil Scotties, and what was one of the other big ones? And I think some of the Invincible Iron Man Scotties, but it was wild how many good ones they had. I cannot show you this book because that is a naughty book. But we got some of the Power Hour books. So again, we're jumping into something extremely different. This was just a buy from a couple months ago that finally came in. So of course the Shikari stuff, Power Hour with Cammy. So of course we got the nice version and we got the naughty version of that. I was buying all the Street Fighter stuff I could get my hands on. Here we go. We're going to end this video with 3 books, again, that we got at the flea market from other people that stopped by the booth, my tables, or as I was taking a lap around the flea market, found somebody else with some books. So we're going to show you that one book I mentioned earlier at the flea market that we found. They had a $20 price tag on this book. You know, it's the correct price. I'm not going to say that it wasn't or try to haggle with them. The only thing that was unfortunate that was there was a lot of other books that were sitting on this table that were just not priced correctly. All those books should have been dollar books. There was like, what's the company called? Innovation. There's some Innovation and Eclipse comics from the late 80s, early 90s that are dollar bin books. Nothing significant about these series, but he had them at like $6 to $8 a piece. I think it's because like, oh, it's an old comic book. I think it's worth a little bit more. Okay, whatever. But I saw this one. They had it listed for 20. I wanted to say, hey, look, can we just do it for 10? This is the only book that I see here. It does have one spine tick. He was like, sure, we can do 10. So what I'm talking about is the second printing of New Avengers issue number 40. This is the first cover appearance of the Queen Varanki, who is going to be showing up in Secret Invasion on Disney Plus. Second printing variant, harder to find. I believe she's on the back of the cover. But of course, issue number 40 is a big book. It is her first appearance, but it's her first cover appearance on that book. It's just wild to see that particular copy at a flea market between random 80s and 90s indie comics. They also had the first printing issue 40 as well, $20. I already own that book, so I didn't want to grab it. And you guys know me, I'm a reprint king, variant cover aficionado, so I had to pick up this one. Now, this gentleman came by with a bunch of comic books to sell. I wanted to buy his whole short box. There was like 4, 5, 6 copies of the first Binary. And some other great Uncanny X-Men books from about issue 145 to about 180 for that volume. But I knew that he was going to ask a lot for him, so I didn't want to budge on him. So I grabbed 2 books in there, and I think I grabbed the first volume 1 of the ongoing of Deadpool and like 4 or 5 other random issues, including these 2, all for $60. One book in particular we're going to save, and I'll show you that. And I paid $40 just for that book. But one of the steals in there was this Black Panther number 2. Haven't owned this book. He was okay giving it up for within the $60. He's just trying to move some books. Issue number 2, first appearance of Shuri. Just amazing that this guy had a near mint copy of that book. And this is what I paid $40, for. It's definitely been sitting out and it's kind of weather damaged. It's definitely got a ton of spine ticks on the side, but it doesn't really affect the book as much. It still presents pretty well. Newsstand copy of the first cover appearance of Venom. Amazing Spider-Man 316. Give you guys a closer look on that spine there, of course. As you can see, a lot of spine ticks, cracking at the staples there, and then at the top here. I know it's in Mylar, so it's hard to see, but a little bit of cracking there along the top. Other than that, though, pretty decent looking book. Again, it just kind of looks weather damaged on the front, like it's a little brown. Can't see it in camera as much, but in person, it's a little brown, a little dirty. But open up the interiors, white pages. Looks amazing. I don't have a newsstand copy of this book, so had to pick it up. He was more than happy of getting rid of it for $40 based on condition. I think it's still worth a little bit more than that, so made sure to put it straight into the Mylar, put it away. My other 316 is, I want to say it's like a 92, 94 range, but there's definitely some defects that are going to keep it from getting any higher than that 94. You know, it was probably like an 8590 conservatively. I don't know, but this one is definitely a nice reader's copy. Glad to have it in the newsstand. So cool, good book to have. Man, we went 21 minutes because I'm wasting so much time talking. Honestly, I'm a little overwhelmed with everything in the way. Pops that came off of the I wish you guys could see it in the back there, the racks that are set up. It's really cool. Check out the Instagram. I posted a photo on there, the before and after. It looks fantastic. Our unicorn balloon from my birthday from last year is still intact. Like, it hasn't inflated at all. I don't know what's going on with that thing, so that's the only reason why I've kept it. Anyway, going along too long, so thank you guys so much for tuning in the video. We have a part 2 coming up with the other Midtown Comics books and a pile of books that I have sitting over here. So we'll do that tomorrow for New Comic Book Day. Until then, guys, thank you so much. Check out the other videos. Bag and board 'em.